Trying to find a weapon in Tarkov that is not going to break the bank, but that can help you win most fights can be a bit of a mind melt at times, which is why in this video I'm going to be showing you an AK build that is both cheap and affordable and can also help you win most fights. I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday over on Twitch, so if you enjoy what you see, be sure to check out the channel. So for this AK build, we're going to be using the AK-74N. You can buy this here off Prepare level 2 for around about 40,000 rupees. But what I would recommend you doing is, instead of buying off Prepare level 2, is going on to the flea market, where you'll be able to get it for around about 20 to 25,000 rupees. So there's one there for around about 26,000. There is a lot of these guns here which you could buy. You could put a stock on it. Again, the stock's not going to cost you much. So if it was me, I would buy it off the flea market for around about 20 to 25,000 rupees. You're going to save yourself a lot of money. Now, if we get into the modding side of things, first off, the first thing you want to put on that there is a recoil pad. Now, I would recommend, let me move this up so I'm not blocking it. I would recommend putting a recoil pad on any gun that you can. Especially the budget builds. The reason being is it does drop the vertical recoil by quite a bit, sorry. So that's going to be taking -8 off your recoil there. So if you can, I keep on going to move that down to my left and then realizing that my webcam's in the bottom left there. But if you can, I would put the recoil pad on most guns. We are then going to move on up and we are going to put a Bastion dust cover on it. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could just leave a normal dust cover on this here, because the good thing and the beauty about the AK-74N is it has this wee mount on the side, standard with the gun. So if you wanted, you could just bang on a Cobra sight directly onto this here mount. The reason why I don't, and the reason why I like to put the Bastion dust cover on it, is this Bastion dust cover is only like 5,000 to 6,000 rupees, and you can get it from, I believe it's Skier level 1. I could be wrong about that there, but I believe it's Skier level 1. You can buy this for about 6,000 rupees. So again, that's not really going to cost that much. And the reason why I do that there is because it just allows you to have a lot more choice on the what sight you want to use. If you're using this mount here, you're kind of limited to pretty much the dovetail sight here, or the Cobra sight here. Whereas if you do put the Bastion dust cover on it, you have a far bigger choice of sights here. So we're going to put the we actually are going to put the AKP sight onto it with the Cobra shade. Now this Cobra shade, again, it doesn't really do much, but what it does do, if you look at the ergonomics on the top right here, once we put this Cobra shade on, it actually puts the ergonomics up by 3. And this Cobra shade only costs you about 100 rupees from Prepare level 1, so you might as well, for 100 rupees, you might as well just get those extra stats. Then moving on over to the handguard, we are actually going to be using the Polymer AK-100. Now make sure it's the AK-100 that you're using. There is an Polymer AK-74, but if we put this one here on, there isn't a mount here which you can attach a grip to. So make sure you're putting on the Polymer AK-100 so it does have that mount at the bottom. And then with that mount, we are now going to attach the RK4. Should also mention, the Polymer AK-100 can be bought off of Prepare level 1. I just have my notepad here if you're wondering what I'm looking at. Can be bought off Prepare level 1 for 1,400, and then RK4 can be bought off Skier level 2 for around about 9,000. And again, I didn't mention, but the Cobra reflex sight can also be bought off Skier, I believe level 2, for around about, where is it? Jaeger level 1, sorry, you buy the Cobra sight from for around about 9,600 rupees. Now moving on up to the compensator, we are going to be using the DK1. The reason for that is that just it gives you the most gives you the best recoil here. It drops your vertical recoil by 3, and this can be bought from Skier level 2 for 5,000 rupees. So again, pretty budget. And this is pretty much it. Now what I would say is, you don't have to do this here. Again, it's just personal preference. Most times if I'm going to be running a build, doesn't matter whether it's a budget build or a meta build or whatever, I either put a flashlight on it or a laser sight on it. The reason why you would mainly run a flashlight is also it allows you to see in the dark. So if you're trying to find loot in a dark room or a dark stash, that's always useful. Also, if you have your flashlight on when you're fighting somebody, it actually blinds the person you're fighting a bit, which can kind of throw them off. So what I would say is you're better off running something than running nothing. I tend to like using the lasers, and the reason for that is because if you don't know, top tip, hip firing in this game is actually really, really good. Effective wise, it is very, very high. Effectiveness wise, if I can even speak, it is very, very high. So if I was you, either run a flashlight or a laser. I'm going to be running the laser on this build and most builds. So the overall price of this build, once we've bought the gun itself, around about 20,000 rupees and added all that extra attachments onto it, we're looking at around about 50 to 54,000 rupees for this build, which in my opinion is well within that budgety range for builds. Now what we need to look at as well is what ammo we're going to be using, because that also can determine whether this gun is going to be a budget build or not. And on that topic, I just want to add that I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, when they're talking about budget builds for the AK, what they actually go for is, if we look at Prepare level 2, they actually would say that you should go for an AKM. And the reason for that is because you can buy the PS ammo from Prepare level 1 for 91 rupees, which is actually pretty cheap. PS ammo, if you don't know, is actually a decent ammo, especially early game. Is a very good ammo. But the reason why I would go for the AK-74N over the AKM is obviously price wise for the gun itself. So Prepare sells the AKM for 40,000. If we go into the flea market, again, that price does not drop. It's still 42,000. Whereas, as we know, even though Prepare sells the AK-74N for 40,000, on the actual flea market itself, excuse me, we're going to be able to buy that 74N for around about 20,000, so half the price. And with that additional 20,000 rupees, the beauty about having the 545 caliber is that if we go back to your character here, is we can actually use the BT ammo for the 545 caliber, and I believe that the BT is actually a better ammo than the PS ammo. Now you're going to be paying a bit more for it. As we can see here, it's going to be around about 240 rupees per round on the flea market. But like I said, with us saving that extra 20,000 rupees by going for the 74N over the AKM, is with that price difference, we are looking to be able to buy ourselves 90 rounds of BT ammo for that price difference, which you're going to be in a far better spot with the better ammo. If you don't know, another top tip is you're far better investing in better ammo in this game than a better gun, because ammo will take you a lot further in this game, than what a gun will. So that's another reason why I would pick the AK-74N over the AKM, is because you are going to be able to use that BT ammo. And the BT ammo, if you don't know, up until like class level 4, you're just going to be like ripping through armor right up until class level 4. And even class level 5, you're going to be able to get through that. Now, you're not going to be ripping through it, but you will be able to get through it pretty quickly. And which is obviously going to be a massive help for you, for especially like going into mid wipe as well, when you're going to be coming up to a lot more charge wearing those class 5 armors. The PT and this build is going to be able to help you out a lot, and a lot more than what the AKM is going to be able to help you out by using the PS ammo. With all that being said, hopefully you find this video useful, and hopefully the AK budget build, which I've shown you here, has given you a bit more food for thought as to what you can run in your own raids. I also want to mention that within the coming day or two, I am going to be putting up a hidden stash guide for the map Woods. So it's going to be showing you all the hidden stashes around Woods post 12.9 patch. So if that's something that would pique your interest, be sure to hit that sub button. And if you have enjoyed this video, do me a massive favor and hit that like button for us. And I also stream, like I said at the start of the video, I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday over on Twitch. So if you would like to see more of this content live, be sure to head over to my Twitch channel and hit that follow button. And as always, until next time, goodbye.